Hey guys, this is Nick Phelps here, consulting architect with Logix One. Just wanted to do my last video here at Cisco Live. It's day 5 for me on Thursday. Lots of exciting stuff going on here today. I'll kind of just run through a couple things that were exciting to me today. I got to spend a lot of time with the 1000V team, along with a couple of their VM guys that they have there working with them to kind of talk about orchestration as it goes between the 1000V and some of the VMware tools and some of the tools that are out there from other companies as well, and how they're kind of tying in and acting as overlays and value adds to the 1000V. So we spent a lot of time there. Spent a lot of time talking about how that relates to VXLAN and how that's basically working into the public and private cloud orchestration space. I looked at a tie-in to Cisco's Prime, which basically was the intercloud connector, and then of course you have the VMware Cloud Connector, and then I think there's another one by Citrix, maybe that's the Cloud Extender. I might have gotten the manufacturer on it. That might not be Citrix, but I didn't really look so much. That the guy kind of just mentioned it in passing, and I've seen it before. I haven't really looked at it a whole lot. So those things were very, very cool. Basically, we got really deep into some EIGRP OTP technologies, which is basically allowing us to transparently tunnel some of this EIGRP stuff without redistributing. We talked about some really cool Lisp technologies and how Lisp is going to help us with some of these active-active data center designs. So anybody out there that's looking at these layer 2 interconnected multi-site active-active data centers and how you have those connected into the outside world to the rest of your MPLS environment. A lot of you guys have come to me in the past to architect solutions around how to make sure the right path's getting taken and how to not reinvest in outside technologies you don't currently have in place, and how to do these things with technologies that you currently have and know and use. We've come up with some creative solutions for you guys in the past, and I think some of the things that Cisco's working on with the Nexus line, the ASR line, some of the overlying technologies there like Lisp and OTV to simulate those layer 2 links in the between, and then Lisp, of course, to control where that traffic is going and where it's finding its host. Again, without introducing more external technology through other vendors that you don't currently have in your environment that you'd rather not have because you don't want to invest and you don't want to relearn. Those things are again enabled by some of these things and some of these conversations I had today. So feel free to reach out. More than happy to have those conversations with you as well. And again, the 1PK discovery continued. More and more use cases in my head right now for how we're going to integrate this into some of our offerings. And again, how we're going to package it and make it consumable. I have a short series of videos that's still underway called Software-Defined Networking something or other on journeytothecloud.com, where we're basically doing a series to explain what SDN is and how people are using it and how they're consuming it. And I think it was very, very, some of that stuff is very high level at this point in that series. Some of these things that we learned during this trip are definitely going to get integrated into that series of videos to get a little more specific on use cases and how people are consuming things. And what's really interesting is you go across the teams at Cisco, and no one really has all the answers across all the product lines. It's easing its way into all these different areas. And the 1PK team might not necessarily know what the XNC team's doing. They might not know what the 1000V team is doing. They might not know some of the 1000V tie-ins that come in, like the ASR and the WAS and the CSR 1000Vs, right? So I think I'm going to get very deep into those different areas and talk about how Cisco is making that consumable and kind of demystify some of the stuff that everyone's calling SDN and talk about what is and what isn't SDN. And I think once we do that, you'll see that it's been consumed for quite some time. And it's actually something that a lot of you are already leveraging. Maybe you don't even realize it. So anyway, once again, my name is Nick Phelps. I'm a consulting architect with Logix One. Make sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/greenpagestechnology. And check us out on our journeytothecloud.com blog. You'll find more of these videos. Like I said, a couple more series that I'm working on. I'd love your comments and feedback. Feel free to leave them. We do review them, and I do respond. So again, thanks for your time. Cisco Live has been great. I'll see you again next year.